Love and Romance for Kids, a child-friendly chick lit for girls. Kids adventure stories. Written by Jeff Child. Narrated by John H. Feskins. Introduction. Do people ever fall in love? Apparently they do. This is the account of Sharon, who loves her job and becomes competitive to reach the top. But when she meets Russell, she discovers she loves something or someone else even more than her work. They quickly get to know each other, but they don't like each other that much at first. But as time goes by, and each time a new day begins, they discover each other's strengths and weaknesses and fall in love. The romance lasts even when problems occur, and they make plans to stay together. Listen to this somewhat funny and dramatic story with all the ingredients of a typical chick flick about a couple of villagers who fall in love. Chapter 1. Work. Get those sheets in here quickly. I'm sorry, madam. I will be right there, I say. Hurry up or you'll lose your job. My job is hectic. It has its ups and downs, but mostly downs. I'm not crazy about it, but as a servant in some rich lord's castle, what could I say against it? I had to survive too. A few years ago, I came to this town, hoping for a better future. Surrounding regions had trouble with a drought, cold winters with villagers starving everywhere, and attacking zombies. It was no picnic, except for the ones who ate the humans. In search for a solid job, I had come to Mine Valley and applied at Lord Ulrich's castle. They hired me as a servant, and now I left scrubbing toilets and replacing bed sheets. Other tasks include laundry, of course, and helping out in the kitchen. Every night I go home with the hope of a better position in the castle. Servants talk. They discuss everything that happens, and one of them mentioned the annual servant contest they held to determine who will get a higher position and order the other ones around. You see, there are servants who get close to Lord Ulrich, who tell other servants below them what to do. They get more privileges, like good food, more time off, and recognition of a higher status. And once per year, or so I was told, they measure the servant's performance by paying attention to made-up beds, meals cooked, and customs maintained. I am going to compete. It sounds like something I want to achieve to improve my lifestyle. Chapter 2. My Colleague. His name is Russell. His job is to serve in the kitchen. I know because I come there every so often to bring in the dishes. Sometimes we have to take turns cooking, and although I am no chef, I certainly think my dishes are out there, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Russell is different than the other servants. Well, first of all, he is quite the looker with his brown hair and brown eyes. I have caught myself staring at him several times, but we haven't said much to each other. Well, one time we said something. It didn't mean much, but it was something. Could you hand me the pepper over there? He asked. Sure, I said as I handed him the pepper. Thanks. Yes, that was it. We don't even know each other, but the funny thing is that I just think he lacks initiative. Why do I think that? Because I caught him staring at me, too. I know it when a guy stares at me. Some try to hide it, but most times they aren't really good at it. Besides, did I mention I am not all that ugly either? I've had several guys in my hometown propose to me, and I am a little proud of it. But none of them were what I was looking for. Most of them were simply weird. There was one who had a huge beard and a low IQ, another who was completely in his own world and was the biggest pushover I had ever met, and another one, well, I guess he wasn't so bad, but I found out later that he hates kids, and since I wanted a whole house full of those, I told him it wouldn't work out. So looking back, I don't think I did anything wrong rejecting those losers. I don't know if I was too picky, as some villagers called me, but I certainly liked this Russell guy. There was just something about his smile and his way of working that appealed to me. Chapter 3. Competition. Today is the contest. I am thrilled. All the servants are lined up in the great dining hall. The hall is one of those places that looks posh but doesn't have many positive connotations in my brains, since all I do there is work and watch others eat. However, this time it feels exciting. It feels like a spark of hope. As I said, we line up and stand in front of the big, arrogant servant who has been in charge for a year now. Her name is Elizabeth, and she always likes to nag about a speck of dust, a crumb on the table, or a tight deadline we don't reach. They say that money and honor are some of the most sought-after things in life. Well, to some it's power. The freedom to order others around or get your way by being bossy or manipulative. Elizabeth is such a person. "Stand up straight, you monkeys," she says as the 12 castle servants stand next to each other. Oh yeah, did I mention she likes to call us names and insult us? Here you go, now I did. "Good job. You actually did something right," she says sarcastically, not noticing that I am boiling up inside, ready to punch her in the face. "Now, you have all heard of this contest to help one of you look like you're worth something, despite of how it appears to be. This year's contest is themed cooking. You are all going to create a dish that will soothe Lord Ulrich's taste buds. His approval or disapproval will determine who is going to rise to the top. Any questions?" We don't have any, so before we know it, we begun. The ingredients are all over the kitchen, and we each start making our own dish on a different stove. I know Lord Ulrich, and I know he likes meat. So the first thing I do is get the chicken out of the storage space. Russell has the same idea, but fortunately there is enough chicken for the both of us. Our hands touch when we reach for the chicken in the cellar. We look at each other, but don't say a word. It's pretty awkward. We both rush back to the kitchen with a piece of chicken in our hands. Then the seasonings and the other ingredients. There is a time limit, so we work as fast as we can. When the clock strikes 1, it will be time to get our meals finished for the owner of the castle, so we do our best to hurry. It's almost time. I can't wait for him to taste my dish. It's going to be delicious. But then something terrible happens. Russell runs into the kitchen with a bowl of gravy mixed with garlic herbs. I didn't see him, so I turn around, reaching for the carrots on the counter. Bang! He runs into me. The gravy shoots through the air and lands in my previously perfect chicken soup. At the same time, I drop the carrots and hold on to his bowl of soup, which looks like, ironically, he had the same idea. Soup. His dish too gets ruined because, clumsy me, I accidentally pull the soup over the edge and spill it all over the floor. Chapter 4. Arguments. "Look at what you did," he yells. "Look what I did? You ruined my soup. You walked into me first," I say. "If you would have just watched where you walked when you turned around." "Well, who was the one running through the kitchen?" I asked accusingly. "Time is up," we hear. Great, now we both lost, and I was so eager to win. I just knew my soup was delicious, and now it got destroyed by this fool who wasn't watching what he was doing. He looks angry. I know he feels the same about me. And just to think that he is so self-righteous about it, as if I am the one who messed up. "I guess you lazy bums did something in that kitchen without abolishing the whole area, huh?" Elizabeth says. "The winner will be determined by Lord Ulrich, so just wait here and watch his final decision." Then she turns to me and Russell and says, "Where are your dishes, you crazy pigs?" "They fell on the floor, madam," Russell says. She rolls her eyes and then adds, "That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Let's just say that I will be happy to see that none of you got promoted." And that's it. After trying out all the different meals, a winner is picked. It's my best friend, Cammy. She screams in excitement and jumps up in the air when she hears her name called. It's a joyous moment after all. I like Cammy a lot, so I am glad that she gets to boss me around. She isn't power hungry and treats everybody with respect. "Congratulations," I say. "I'm happy for you." "Thanks," she says shyly. Of course, I could have won too, I tell Russell after Cammy has left the room. That is, if a certain someone hadn't been running in the kitchen and ruined the one dish I was more proud of than anything I had ever made. Oh, boo-hoo. Do I need to feel bad for you now? He sneers back. It's not like you had to grab mine in the process. How do I know you didn't do that on purpose, just to get back at me? What are you accusing me of? That's ridiculous, I yell, stepping closer to get a little into his face, his handsome but oh so annoying face. Well, all I know is that we're even, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if we don't see each other for a while, he says while getting really close to me. Good, I say. It's not like we talked a lot in the first place. We see each other enough, but it's like you're completely ignoring me. Cammy had left the room, but the others are still there. They look at each other in disbelief. One of them smiles a little with her eyebrows raised and says, "Awkward." All of them leave together, and I was happy to follow them, leaving this frustrating episode in my life behind me. Chapter 5. Distance. It's the end of the day. I am tired and agitated. I don't even feel like warming up a meal for myself anymore, so I go inside my tiny house and fall on my bed. That feels good. The soft blankets and pillows are exactly what I need. I sit there for a few minutes, but then I hear someone knocking at the door. Knock, knock. I walk to the front door and open up. "Cammy!" I shout out as I give her a hug. "Good to see you too, Sharon," she says calmly. "I am just coming over to check if you are all right. The others said you were upset. I saw what happened. Do you want to talk about it?" "Oh, that would be nice. Please, come in." I let her into my small living room and get her something to drink. "Yes," I say. "I mean, don't get this wrong. I'm really happy for you, but I was doing so well. I was so certain that my dish was going to help me win the promotion, and then this irritating jerk comes in and ruins everything." "I would be upset about that too," Cammy says. "Did he do anything else to annoy you?" "Well, just the fact that he is, arrogant and mean and weird and handsome and clumsy and dumb," I say. She starts laughing. "What?" I ask. "Did you just say that he is handsome?" I open my mouth and cover it with my hands. Oh no, did I really say that? What was I thinking? She can't know about that, not after what he did. No, I said. But even if I did, that doesn't mean he is a good guy. Just look at what he did to me. She laughs again. "You know, Sharon," she says, "for someone who is such a detailed perfectionist, you're not very good at hiding your feelings. Don't think I didn't notice you two. You've been exchanging stares for days. Everybody is talking about it. The girls already began to make jokes about the both of you starting a relationship, but after what happened in the kitchen, that may take a while, won't it?" I blush. I didn't know they saw us looking at each other. I guess we had such a strong vibe that we were accidentally giving everybody else the impression we liked each other. But I kind of hate him right now, even though I like him. Does that make sense? I don't know. It feels weird. "Well, I would rather avoid him," I tell Cammy. "I think he is a jerk. He needs to apologize for what he did." "I understand," she says. "Perhaps in due time, but I am not going to push you in that direction." "You better not. I want nothing to do with him." She smiles. "Sure, we'll see about that. I am glad you're okay, though. I just want you to know that if you need someone to talk to, I will be here for you." Cammy is so nice. Chapter 6. The Threat. The next day, I end up having to work in the yard. Elizabeth made sure that I would be punished for wasting all that food in the kitchen. Russell is there too. He usually has kitchen duty, but now he is assigned to work on the other side of the beautiful castle garden. I glance at him. He is a hard worker, I give him that. He is putting in that shovel with his big hands. I have to admit that although I am still angry at him, I can't stop looking, and the results suffer because of it. I am putting a few flowers in the right spots, but most of my work is sloppy because I get so distracted. The castle garden is outside the castle wall, and I guess this very fact makes it so that this perilous situation I am about to describe. Like I said, the castle garden stretches far, and the border is pretty far away from the castle itself. No wonder the fences don't hold back all the wildlife. Well, it just happens to be the thing that put my life in danger. Apparently there is a hole in the fence somewhere, and a ferocious beast snuck through. A wolf. I hear it growl, but I don't see it anywhere. I looked around me, not realizing that Russell has left his spot. I think I am alone. There is nobody else. It's like everybody intently left me there to become a prey to this wild creature. Then I see it. Its piercing eyes stare right at me. It jumps at me, ready to devour my body. I scream as loud as I can and close my eyes. I feel like its sharp claws can rip my flesh apart any moment, but all I hear is, bong! I open my eyes and see my rescuer. He is standing up straight with the shovel in his hand. The wolf lies at his feet, knocked out by his saving weapon. I am amazed. I don't know whether to tell him thank you, roll my eyes and tell him he is a show-off, or simply embrace him and kiss him. It takes me a few seconds to decide. I walk towards him and look at him with big eyes. He doesn't look prideful or conceited. His eyes look sweet and kind. It is as if he is just relieved that I am safe, and that he cares about what I think. With that look on his face, what else should I do than hug him? So I do. I give him a big hug and thank him for saving my life. He puts his one arm around me and says I am welcome. "Are we even now?" he asks. Chapter 7. Talking. "Of course we are even," I say. "I am indebted to you, silly. How did you know to react so quickly? How did you even know the wolf was here?" "I've been observing you for a while," he says, "and I knew the yard isn't always safe. Appearances of the local wildlife have been rare, but they have definitely occurred. I just didn't want to risk it." "Are you still angry at me?" I ask. "No," he says. "I just really wanted that position. But so did you, and I get it. Shall we go for a walk?" "Do you think Elizabeth will allow us to?" "She doesn't matter right now. First of all, she is not here, so she may not even notice. And secondly, she can go take a hike. You just almost died. I think you deserve a little time for yourself." After that, I feel great. We walk into different parts of the garden and talk each other's ears off. The garden has beautiful flowers and shiny objects, as well as broken columns and bushes with fruits and berries. We are really enjoying each other's presence. We talk about the work, our dreams, our goals, and our family. Chapter 8. Empathy. "So tell me something about your background," I say. "Where did you grow up?" "Just in town," he says. "I always wanted to be a blacksmith. I have a passion for swords, metals, tools, and fire. And I started learning some of the tricks and techniques from the one in the village. But when he died, there was nobody else to teach me. I practiced a little on my own, but never refined the process or implemented a necessary set of skills into it as to start my own business. With this promotion, I thought I could use the money to quit working here eventually and do it anyway. But now I guess I will have to wait another year." "But isn't there a way you can still practice and then just start up?" I ask. "Maybe. I don't know. How about you?" "My dream is to have a big family. I want to be the kind of mother who has fresh bread for her kids when they come home from school, or who reads stories to them." "Nice. I appreciate that. So why did you want the promotion so badly?" "I don't know. Perhaps I was just trying to prove myself that I could do it. I just wanted to be proud of myself." "Ah, but nobody else has to tell you that. You know that you made a delicious dish. You tasted it, didn't you?" "Yes, of course. The thing was that I also came to town to look for a better future, and this job hasn't been paying that much so far. I was just going to make things better. But don't get me wrong, I am happy for Cammy." "Haha, it sounds like something you feel you are supposed to say." I go silent. It's interesting how much you can start caring about each other when you empathize with one another. It's one of the most bonding emotions between human beings, and at this moment, it starts working for us. We connect more and more as we talk. I love it. Chapter 9. A New Beginning. After a while, I notice we look each other in the eyes even more. I can't stop smiling, and he seems happier than ever, too. It's like the loss of the promotion doesn't bother us anymore. We are just content with each other. But it is only at the end of the tour around the gorgeous gardens that our hands touch, and he takes the initiative to hold on to my hand. It excites me. I didn't think it would go this fast, but it feels like I am ready for it. This handsome young man who just saved my life is actually holding hands with me. Ah, so wonderful. Then he asked me a question. Sharon, I hope I am not going too fast, but I would love for you to come over for dinner tomorrow. Would you be inclined to do so? What a gentleman. Are you kidding me? Of course I would like it. Yes, I say with a smile. Great. I will make preparations and I will see you tonight. Yes, I'll see you tonight, I say. I almost feel like kissing him, but for some reason I think it is too fast, so I control myself. Such a nice guy after all. I never expected that after the kitchen incident. And to think that he is just doing it so he can quit and become a blacksmith. A little strange, but in a way, still charming. Sometimes I am a little scared that the damsel in distress situation has blinded me, as if an unreasonable jerk turned out to be my prince on the white horse, just because he banged a wolf on the head with his shovel. But the more I think about it, the more I conclude that it has just opened my eyes when I was judging him for something he didn't do on purpose. That night I can't think of anything else, and I stand in front of the mirror for more than 30 minutes. Okay, 40. No, 50 minutes. Okay, I admit it's over an hour, but I'm making sure I look my best. An off-white dress with yellow and peach patterns on the sides. It's not an expensive dress, since I don't have any, but it's the most beautiful thing in my wardrobe, and I think it will make me look better. Almost time. It's almost 7. I hear someone knock on the door again. That must be Cammy. I walk to the door and open up. Hi, girl, Cammy says. So how are things? I heard you had quite the adventure in the garden. Who told you that? I ask. Oh, you can't keep much a secret in that castle, she says. So how about it? Is he still a jerk? Is he still handsome? Tell me everything. He is really sweet, actually. He just got upset in the kitchen because he wants to start his own business as a blacksmith and doesn't know how to start without capital. Interesting, she admits. And when he killed the wolf, he talked with me a lot. We got to know each other, and we even held hands for a little while. Oh, so exciting! What else? Well, he asked me to come over for dinner, I say. That explains the dress. I am so happy for you, Sharon. Let's hope he is a good one, huh? Okay, I want you to keep me updated. Let me know how the dinner went. I want to talk about it again tomorrow. And don't worry, if there's anything you don't want me to tell the others, just let me know and my lips will be sealed. No problem. Thanks for coming by. You're welcome. Now go so you don't come late. Chapter 10. Romantic Dinner. I put on my jacket and take off. After circa 15 minutes walking, I arrive at this place. It's a little out of town, but still within reasonable distance of the farthest house. He stands at the front door, or in front of the door actually, waiting for me to come. His hands are behind his back as if he is hiding something. He smiles. I love your dress, he says, and I love that smile even more. I blush a little and keep walking towards him. From behind his back, he puts a towel in front of him. What's that for? I ask. It's a surprise, he says, as he puts the towel around my head to cover my eyes. Come and follow me. It will be more exciting this way. He takes my hand and guides me to, I don't know where. I kind of like the blindfolding idea. It does make it more of a surprise. Trusting that he won't do anything stupid, I gladly follow his lead into his house. Ready? He asks. How can I be ready if I don't know for what? I take that as a yes, he says laughingly. He takes off the blindfold and I open my eyes. How amazing! In front of me stands a table with one long lit candle on it. The silverware is precisely organized, and the plates are covered with delicious foods, steak, mushrooms, peas, and potatoes. On the side, there are glasses with pure apple juice from the farms. The tablecloth is the same color as my dress, off-white, and the simple but beautiful ribbons around the edges finish off the scene with a touch of elegance. I gasp. I don't know what to say. It looks fantastic, I say. He walks to one of the chairs and pulls it back, signaling for me to take a seat. I sit down and he sits down in front of me. That night, we have the most fun by talking and pretending to be rich with this well-prepared, fancy dinner in the back of his little house. Chapter 11. In His Arms. When dinner is over, we move to the living room. At first, I sit across from him, but then he gives me this look as if to say, "Why are you sitting so far away? Come closer." I walk to the bench he is sitting on and lean against him a little. This feels nice. It's super comfortable. I am feeling safe and sound, and I put my head on his shoulder. He puts his arm around me and holds me tight. I have never felt so in love before. We cuddle a little, say sweet words to one another, and then he leans over. Oh, is this it? Is he going to kiss me? This is what I've been waiting for. Yes, he is going for it. He is closing my eyes. Well, I won't let the guy wait. Let's kiss already. With these thoughts in my mind, I close my eyes as well and lean towards him. Bonk. Our noses bump into each other. Ouch, we both say at the same time while rubbing our noses. We laugh. That was awkward. This isn't a bad omen, is it? Of course not. It was just a funny accident. Besides, when I look him in the eyes, he seems confident to try it again. But this time, we don't close our eyes until our lips almost touch. This is our first kiss, and it is wonderful. That night, he takes me home, saying that there might be zombies or skeletons out there, and that a pretty girl like you shouldn't be put in harm's way. He walks next to me, and I put my arms around his right arm, holding on as if it is my arm, and I won't let go of it. I had a great time, Sharon, he says before I enter my home. Me too, Russell. We kiss one last time before I go inside. Chapter 12. The Dad. Russell and I have been dating for several days now, and we consider it time to meet the rest of the family. My family lives too far away, but for Russell's family it's easy. They live in the same village as we do. So we go there and knock on the door. There is a cold breeze, and I hope to be let in quickly. It's dark outside. They are coming to the door. "Hello there," the father greets us. "Come in before you freeze to death." We go in quickly, and he gives me a hug. "Welcome," he says. "I heard a lot about you from my son. He is very impressed. And now when I look at you, I have to admit you are quite the looker." "Thank you, sir," I say. "Let's get to know each other a little more. I am all ears. Tell me anything you want. Please, come in and hang your coat on this rack." I hang up my coat and follow Russell's father inside the house. He shows me the living room and sits me down on a comfortable chair. He offers me a cup of hot chocolate, and he asks me so many questions that it almost feels like an interrogation, but I can tell that he is sincerely interested and has been practicing to become a good listener. I smile at Russell, completely enjoying the warm welcome I am receiving from his dad. He smiles back and comments on some of the things we talk about, content with the way his father respects me. But then his mother comes in. Not what I expected. Not what I was hoping for. Chapter 13. The Mom. "Who is this?" the mother asks. "Oh, this is Sharon. Remember I told you about her, Mom?" Russell says. "A fine young lady with highly sophisticated manners, dear," the father says. "I'll be the judge of that," Russell's mother says as she sits down. "So, Sharon, right?" she asks. "Yes, madam." "How well have you done in school?" "Actually, madam, I dropped out of school to come to this town and look for better opportunities." "So, what you are saying is that you didn't develop any other skills besides simple reading and writing? Can you even write your own name?" "Yes, madam." "Okay, let's forget about that topic. Obviously, it isn't going anywhere. What about your family? What are they like?" "Well, my mom and dad separated. They live on the other side of the country, so I don't see them that often." "Preposterous. Are you saying your parents aren't even together anymore?" she asks rhetorically. Russell's father rolls his eyes. Yes, madam, I answer. That's just how it is. I wish it wasn't that way, but that was their decision. Well, let's hope you don't go down that path, she says. What about your father's job? What does he do? Oh, he has his own farm. A farmer's girl. Interesting. The tension in the room in this conversation is something I don't want to experience again. With every question, there seems to be something wrong with me. This woman thinks a little too much of herself, I think. It's unbelievable how some people elevate themselves above you. The evening goes okay, but since this haughty woman is doing whatever she can to put me down, I don't enjoy it as much. That night I go home with a heavy heart. I don't like the way it went. Chapter 14. The Broken Heart. The next day, Russell comes to me as I am doing the dishes in the castle kitchen. He has a serious look on his face and asks me if we can talk somewhere, private. All the other girls in the kitchen look at us with big eyes. They are used to seeing us greet each other with a kiss every morning, but this time, something is wrong, and they know it. Sure, I say. I put the dishes down and follow him into another room. He closes the door, sighs, and then grabs my hands. This is not a breakup, he says. Oh my goodness, he is serious. What is he saying? Why would we break up when things are going so well between us? This is terrible. How can he do this to me after all we've been through? Don't leave me, I love you. Okay, better let him finish. I'm getting ahead of myself. But under the current circumstances, he continues, it would be better if we don't see each other for a little while, until things improve. I am about to cry. Why doesn't he want me anymore? Sharon, I love you, and this has nothing to do with you. It's my mother. She has to warm up to you, and the best way to do it is by limiting our contact. I am devastated. I can't believe he is doing this to me. What is he doing now? Is he trying to kiss me? Forget that. After rejecting me like this? I turn away and walk out the door. I am offended, which is probably not the best thing, but I just have a hard time controlling my emotions. Chapter 15. Lonely. I feel lonely. It's evening and I am just sitting in my bed, being bored, feeling sorry for myself. I hate the way our relationship developed, or undeveloped, really. It's dark and windy, and the heat in my home hasn't been sufficient for my needs. I am cold, and I'm sitting under a blanket with the chills, hoping for a miracle. It's awful. That miracle, however, comes in the form of Cammy. I hear a knock on the door. I go and open up. Hey there, she says with a big smile on her face. What's going on? I haven't even seen you today. It's like you're avoiding me. I know someone else who has been avoiding me, I say. Do you want to talk about it? She asks. Sure. She comes inside and looks around. Then she shivers and makes a remark about the room temperature. I tell her that I just didn't feel like getting wood for the fireplace. Oh, I'll get some, she says as she walks out the door around the backyard and comes back with some wood. She lights the fire, and before we know it, we are sitting in a cozier, warm living room. Tiny, but nice. There we go, she says contently. Now tell me, what is on your mind? It's Russell. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Why not? Cammy asks. His mother doesn't accept me. Oh, I know how that is, she says. I've been married for 4 years now, and my mother-in-law is still hard to cope with. She is constantly nagging about how I never clean up, or that I am late sometimes. She doesn't like my cooking, and tells me I would look better if I would wear my hair in a different way. So listen, I know all about that stuff. Thanks for empathizing with me, but what am I going to do? I say. Just give her some time. She just needs to accept the idea her little boy is growing up and moving on. She is like a lot of those moms who can't let go when their children get married. Married? I say, a little embarrassed, but still smiling shyly. We never talked about getting married. Well, would you marry him if he asked you? She asks. I think for a few seconds. I mean, I am head over heels about him, and I have thought about it, of course, but I never considered it for serious. Come on, I know you want it. would you say yes? She asks again. I think so, I say with a smile, looking at Cammy. Ah, I knew it! You're awesome. Trust me, girl, you're going to be great. Just give him some space, let him get over the fact that his mother can't control him any longer, and then he'll come crawling back to you. Chapter 16. Kiss and Make Up. Cammy was right. The next day, Russell comes to me and apologizes. He tells me he was confused and that he wants me back. I am happy, but I make sure I don't get overexcited. I stay calm. I play it cool. So now what? I ask. If it's all right with you, I would like to start, but Elizabeth interrupts me. She storms into the room and opens up her rude, obnoxious mouth. What are you two doing in here? She asks. We were just discussing tonight's dinner for Lord Ulrich, Russell says as he walks away. But before he walks away, he whispers, Meet me in the castle garden. Elizabeth continues to order me around and tells me I did an awful job mopping the floor. I endure it silently and obey her commands, hoping to see my love after I am done. It takes some time to mop the whole floor again, but when I am done, the evil dictator is too. I sneak out and leave the castle, approaching the gardens. There he is, waiting for me. I am so sorry, he says. I know I should have stood up to my mom. She is more okay with you now than in the beginning. But even if she isn't, I want to be with you again. Can you forgive me? I already did, I say as I give him a kiss. Our kiss turns into another kiss, and another, and another. The romantic scenery and singing birds help set the stage for our little makeout session. Then he says, Meet me at my place tonight. I have another surprise for you. Yes, I say, while giving him another kiss. Chapter 17. The Beautiful Lights. This night is one of the best nights of my life, besides the romantic candlelight dinner he organized. I arrive at his place and notice the many tiny candles he put in front of it. It's like a path leading to his home, with tiny tea lights on each side. It looks amazing. I am amazed. I don't have any other words for it. Wow, I say when I meet him, standing in front of his home. It's so beautiful. I am speechless. He shows me the inside of his house. There are candles everywhere. Russell, I say, but he doesn't allow me to finish my sentence and kisses me on the lips. This is to make up for my distant behavior, he says. He goes to the kitchen and gets a cup of hot chocolate. He puts it on the table in front of me and gets a blanket for my feet. This evening is fantastic. I am swept off my feet again by this hopeless romantic hunk of a man. After some talking and the hot drink, we watch the sun set behind the mountains. After the sun is set, we talk for another 2 hours, gazing at the sky breathlessly and counting the myriad of stars that shape a Milky Way above our heads. Chapter 18. Patience. Something is bothering me. I don't know how to explain it because somehow I think I am too demanding. On the other hand, it is a serious issue, at least to me. Maybe I was too eager, but I really expected Russell to ask for my hand in marriage last night. He prepared all those wonderful lights, but he didn't take any initiative. Was he still doubting? Did he think it was too soon? Does he even want to marry me? And today he isn't even here. The other servant girls in the castle say he left the region and went on a long journey. But where to? And why didn't he tell me before he left? He didn't even say goodbye. I am frustrated. I feel abandoned again. Is it someone else? How could he choose some other dumb girl over me, and on the other side of the country? I don't understand it at all. It must be something I overlooked. Maybe I was too clingy, or maybe I wasn't forward enough about how I felt about him. And now he is fleeing the country like a scared rabbit, trying to escape from my attachment problems. Oh, me and my assumptions. I wish I could get over myself and just let it go. I have no clue what got into him, but I cannot linger on all these false conclusions. I have to wait. I have to wait for a long time. Chapter 19. The Proposal. 5 days and he still hasn't returned. I can hardly believe the sudden turn of events and the neglect of informing me about his departure. What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and wait until he is back with some new announcement? I am doing laundry. The sheets from Lord Ulrich look filthier than ever. I scrub and scrub, attempting to get some of that aggressive energy out of my system. Oh, that vague, elusive, ignorant, apathetic... Sharon, I suddenly hear. I stop scrubbing and turn around. There he is, the wanted man himself, the traitor, well, you get how I feel about him. What do you want? I ask, putting my one hand on my hip. I have a question for you. Oh yeah, and what is that? I say skeptically. Before I ask you, I want you to know that I left the region to seek out your father. I wanted to ask him for permission before I asked you this important question. I am startled. Perhaps I was wrong about him. Perhaps he does care and he just needed to see my father to talk about me. Can we go outside? The other girls in the laundry area all stare at us, but I am a little fed up with all his secrets. I demand clarity. No, I say, looking at him with a stern face. Whatever you have to say, I would rather have you say it right here. Okay, he says, but don't let any of their opinions influence your decision. I am asking you, and you only. Oh my, he is getting down on one knee. Is this what I think it is? Is this the best spot? Am I ready for it? Oh, why don't my thoughts leave me alone? He takes my hand with both his hands as he kneels and looks me straight in the eyes. He opens his mouth. He is about to do it. I think I am going to faint. This is the moment, the one I've been waiting for. I'm getting a little sweaty. I almost don't have the guts to look back, but then I look at those gorgeous eyes down in front of me and melt away. Sharon, will you marry me? He says in all sincerity. Yes, I shout, throwing my arms around his shoulders. He is trying to get up to balance our weight, but then falls backwards with me on top of him, in the laundry tub where we were washing the castle lord's underwear. Splash! The others are laughing out loud while clapping at this awkward, cute, romantic scene. But no matter how wet I get, I don't let go. I cling on to him for life and kiss him. He grabs the back of my head and kisses me back. It's a moment I will never forget. Chapter 20. Happily Ever After. The wedding has been planned. A month later, we are dressed in beautiful attire, surrounded by friends, family, and standing amidst the beautiful flower garden flora where we connected in the first place. Lord Ulrich has allowed us to use his backyard for the wedding, and as we say our vows, I wonder if anything will ever take our love away. I look to the corner. I see my new mother-in-law. Even she is smiling and nodding as to approve of our commitment to each other. It's the happiest day of my life. Oh, excuse me. Our lives. The end. This has been Love and Romance for Kids, a child-friendly chick lit for girls, kids' adventure stories. Written by Jeff Child. Narrated by John H. Feskins. Copyright 2017 by Jeff Child. Production copyright 2017 by Jeff Child.